this video, I'll introduce you to the fitness technologies utilized in the One Wellness program. The more familiar you become with these methods, the more likely you are to be successful in meeting your goals. There are a variety of technologies that you will be using, from websites to smart device applications to wearable tracking tools like the My Wellness Key accelerometer and even the Technogym fitness equipment that's available in our facility. First, I'll show you the setup process for each of these technologies, and then I'll teach you how to use them. The first piece of technology that I'll talk about and show you how to set up involves the mywellness.com website, which will integrate with a variety of the other Technogym fitness applications and tools that we use in the One Wellness program. To get started, you're going to want to go to the My Wellness website, which is www.mywellness.com. And when you first get to this page, you'll notice that it's a login page. It asks for an email and a password. There are also some other things you can do from here. If you look on the bottom of the page, you'll see where it says download the My Wellness link. We're going to go ahead and do that. And it'll automatically know if your computer is a Windows computer or if it's an Apple computer. It'll give you the correct one to download. So go ahead and download that by clicking on the yellow bar that says download My Wellness link. And right now you can see the wizard that is opened up that's going to allow me to download the My Wellness link. And this is the tool that allows us to use the My Wellness Key, which you can see a picture of here, which will be our accelerometer tool that we use to track movement throughout. The My Wellness link is going to allow us to download the movement from the My Wellness Key into your user website, which we'll show you in a minute. So once this wizard opens up, we're going to click Next. We're going to accept the terms in the license agreement and click Next. It'll tell us what folder it's going to go into, and that one's just fine, so I'll click Next again, and then I'm going to hit Install. So it's going to go ahead and install this on my computer. It'll take just a few minutes, and then it'll automatically create a shortcut on my toolbar on the computer that looks like a small picture of the My Wellness Key. Now that the software is finished installing, the wizard is going to prompt me to launch the program, and I'm going to click Finish. And you'll see this window then pop up automatically. So this is the My Wellness Link software. Again, you'll see a small icon on your toolbar that looks just like the My Wellness Key pictured here, and it'll say Installation Succeeded. So every time you upload your My Wellness Key, you'll see this My Wellness link pop up, and you'll see some different activity happening on your screen. So I'm going to close that for now, and we're going to go back to your user website. So again, back to the original mywellness.com, and each person in the One Wellness program has provided us with a preferred email, and this is going to be the email that's set up and linked to your account. So when you go to mywellness.com, you're going to have an email and a password. And anytime you log into your user website, that's what you're going to type in. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and type in my email and password that's associated with my account. And then I'm going to click Sign In. Now, once you're logged into your website, you're going to see a variety of information. Some of these things that first pop up are just prompts that tell you a little bit about what each of the features are, which we'll go over as we go through the video. Next, I'm going to talk about some of the basic features of the mywellness.com user website. So again, I've already logged into my user website, and this is the home page that will automatically pop up. On the top bar, you'll see a variety of things that you can click on. One is Cloud, which the mywellness.com website is a cloud-based website, so anything that goes into your exercise program you can view from this website, you can view in the fitness facility, you can view on some of the smart device apps that we'll talk about later. So anytime you click on this cloud, it'll automatically come back to your main home page. Some of the other things you'll see on this top bar are a tab that says Movement. If you click on the Movement tab, it's going to bring up a picture of a battery, your weekly goal of your moves. As you gain moves, and we'll talk about what moves are, as you gain moves throughout the week, this battery will fill up. Your goal is to fill the battery each week and meet your weekly goal of moves. My particular goal for this week is 21,382 moves. Now that goal is going to be a little bit different for each person depending on your ability level and at what point in the program you are, but we'll gradually progress that over time. If you scroll down, you can see my movement goal for each day, and the calendar week for movements starts on Sunday. So today my goal should be to get 3,023 moves in, and this can be from activities that I've done that are on my training program, exercises that I've entered that maybe I didn't do in the gym, daily activities, or movement that's been accumulated on my wellness key that I've uploaded. All those things will go into the accumulation of your movement for each day, and as you go through the week, your goal is to hit whatever your specified movement goal is each day to accumulate the total weekly number of moves. Your weekly movement goal will be controlled by your coach and over time will be progressed. So initially starting out, your movement goal might be 500 moves a day. And once you can consistently hit 500 moves a day to gain your total weekly accumulation of moves, your coach will gradually progress that amount of movement to continue you working towards your fitness goals. The next piece of the website that we're going to focus on is the training page. So from this page, you'll see a training effectiveness score that goes from 0 to 100. The longer you train each week, the harder you train each week, it'll give you a higher score. So for the last week, my particular score was a 96. If you look to the side, you'll also see your training program, and here it says Shane's Workouts. These are the workouts that I do throughout the course of the week. So if I want to see what those are, I can click on View, and my workouts page will pop up. And you see this exact same page when you're on the MyWellness.com app. You can view your workouts from there, or when you're in the gym on one of the kiosks or one of the pieces of equipment, you can also view your training program for the day or for the entire week. We can store up to 35 different training programs on each user's profile, so it gives you a lot of different variety. So if I wanted to look at any one of these, I could look at individual exercises if I want to, or I can click on the workout and view the entire workout. Now from here, again, I can view specific exercises. This happens to be my kettlebell workout, but if it was one that had cardio in it or strength machines in it, you would see those different exercises on this list as well. So if I wanted to see what the kettlebell double arm swing was, I could click on that, and I can see that my trainer wants me to do 3 sets of 10 repetitions with a 40-pound kettlebell and take 60 seconds rest in between. So if I'm not terribly familiar with what the kettlebell double arm swing is, I can watch a video. So I'll click play, and a video is going to pop up of what that kettlebell double arm swing looks like. And again, I can view this on my website, I can view this on the kiosk at the gym, I can view this on my app, on my smartphone or my tablet as well, and I can also make modifications. At this time, we're not going to talk about how to do modifications or make any changes to the particular exercise, but again, know that you can view your different exercise volume and you can view the videos. If we go back to the previous page, you'll see another function on here that again you can do from the website, you can do in the gym, or you can do from one of the apps, is the Start Workout function. And if you click on the Start Workout function, the actual workout will open up, and from the website it's as if you were in the gym. Now this is particularly useful if you have a workout that you don't necessarily have to be in the gym to do. I happen to have kettlebells at home, so often I do this workout at home and will either check in to get credit for it on my website or on the app. But here on the right hand side of the page you can see where it says to do. If I would have done my kettlebell double arm swing, my 3 sets of 10 repetitions, and was finished with it, I could click the little checkbox and hit declare done. And it says, am I really done with this exercise? And I would click yes. Then I'm going to get movement credit for that, and again that's going to go into my battery, into my daily total, into my weekly total. If I didn't do all the exercises, let's say maybe I only had time to do 3 of my 10 exercises on here, I could just declare which ones that I did for the day. If I did all of them, after I did each one, I would click that I had done it. But you don't necessarily have to do each exercise to get credit. You'll just get credit for the ones that you've told it you're done with. So then I'll close that out, and if I would go to change workout, it would get me out of this page, or I could click on any other training tab at this time. So if we go back to my cloud, click on the home page, you can see that now I went from 0 moves to 108 moves. So for those 3 exercises that I confirmed that I did, it gave me 108 moves towards my daily and weekly movement goal. And you can also see here on this home page under the logbook function, a new workout was logged at Watertown Regional Medical Center that I started workout 1 of 10. And if I would have done that whole workout, it would have taken me approximately 60 minutes and been worth 823 moves. The next function we'll show you on here is the Body Measurements tab. So if I click on Body Measurements, a page will pop up that has some different data on it that I'm currently tracking on my own user website. And on my particular website right now, I'm tracking HDL, percent fat mass, and weight. And I can change any one of these values if I want, if it goes up or down, by clicking on Modify. So if I had lost some weight, instead of 172 pounds, maybe I lost a pound and now I weigh 171 pounds. So I can go into that particular measurement and adjust up or down, whichever way I want, and then click Save. It'll say successfully saved then, and when you go back to your Body Measurements tab, you'll see that new measurement in there. So instead of 172, it now says 171 pounds. If I wanted to add some other piece of information besides these 3, I could go to the tab that says New Measurement, and another page will pop up that says Select Measurement, and it'll give me a variety of things to choose from. Percent fat mass, blood pressure resting heart rate, glucose, hemoglobin, HDL, LDL, resting heart rate, total cholesterol, triglycerides, waist circumference, weight, and weight with percentage fat mass. So I could choose any one of those. If I was diabetic and wanted to track my glucose and use this as a means to keep tabs on where my daily glucose levels were, I could add that if I wanted. Enter in whatever I want for a value. Let's say I took it today and it was 80. So we'll go up to wherever that value was and hit save. It'll say successfully saved, and now when I go back to Body Measurements, glucose is now in there as well. So again, you can track any number of different values on here and modify them once you are tracking those. And those things will all feed back to your coach or to your physician or to your dietitian or whoever's tracking you on the professional end of the user websites to make sure that you're staying on track, that you're making improvements, or that we can help you make modifications to help improve any of these values. Next, we'll look at the challenges function on your My Wellness user website. So if I go up to my top bar and click challenges, a new page will pop up with suggested challenges, and anything that's available in the Watertown Regional Medical Center cloud that we've got you set up in will show up in here. So if there's 5 different challenges that are available, you'll see 5 tabs that look very much like this. Right now there's just one, this fall movement challenge. And this challenge is won by anyone who scores 25,000 moves between October 18th and November 16th. So if I wanted to join that challenge, I would simply click on it and click Join the Challenge. Join in this challenge, Fall Movement Challenge, and I'm going to click OK. And now there's 2 people in here right now. There's somebody leading me, and here's me in second place. And there could be 100 people on here, there could be 5 people on here. It really just depends on how many people have chosen to join that challenge. If at any point I want to quit, I can just hit Leave Challenge. And as I accumulate moves during this time period, you'll see my progress bar go up until I hit that 25,000 move level that would qualify me for success in the challenge. Next we'll look at the coach function, which is the last tab on the top bar on your user page. In here it'll say who your coach is, and it just so happens that I am my own coach in here, but it'll say Shane or Ashley or whoever is set up as your particular coach, and it'll have their picture. If you want from the coach page, you can write them a message. So if I wanted to send Shane a message, I could click on that and it would go down to where it says contact coach, and I could write hello Shane and send that off, and Shane will get that message from me and he can respond to it then. And you can communicate about your fitness through this coach function if you want. Your coach can also set up different action plans for you throughout the week. So this particular action plan that's set up on my profile for the week of October 20th through the 26th is to do a morning workout. Could be anything though. Could be drink more water, or eat 5 vegetables a day, or anything that we determine is something that you want to work on. So then each day that I did a morning workout, I could come over here and click that I had done one, and these are days later in the week, so I can't check those off right now. But if I did a Sunday morning workout, which I did exercise today, I can click on that and it'll save and feed back to my coach that I'm working on my action plan for the week. So that's what that coach function is. It's pretty basic. It's very much just a contact tool to have some communication back and forth between you and your coach. The last few functions that I'll show you on your user page are first the logbook, and then we'll also talk about entering new activities from your website, but you can also do this from the app as well. You can also do it on the kiosk when you're exercising in the gym. Taking a look though at the logbook, this is basically just a record of everything that you've done through your user website or through your app. And they're color coded, so if you ever contact your coach, you'll see a little green bar. If you have anything to do with the challenges, you'll see a blue bar or darker blue bar. Any uploads you do with your My Wellness key, which we'll get to in a little bit, will show up in the light blue. Anything that you change on body measurements will show up in red. Anything you do on your training program will show up in yellow. And any of those new activities or exercises that you enter manually through the website or through the app will show up in orange. So that's what that logbook is. You can click on any of those for details if you want. So if I wanted to go in and look a little more in depth at what this running workout was, I can click right on that log entry. If for some reason maybe I didn't run for 30 minutes, maybe I actually ran for 40 and I misentered something, I could adjust that and save it. In this particular instance, since it's an exercise that I entered, it showed me how many moves I collected and also how many calories that equals for me personally. If I wanted to make changes to that, I could, and then hit save. If for some reason I didn't want this in there at all, I could delete it. If I wanted to share it on my Twitter page or my Facebook, I could click on either of those options to do that as well so people can follow my progress. I'm going to go back to my home page and then we'll take a look at this new activity tab. So if I click on new activity, you'll see a page pop up first that says, where did you do this activity? And your best bet is to just select Watertown Regional Medical Center as your facility. And that's the club that we have you set up in when you're part of the One Wellness program. Really, it won't make any difference if you select that or anything else that's on here, but most of you will just have that one option or other place. But my recommendation is to select that Watertown Regional Medical Center. And then you'll see some options to select different categories. If I wanted to, let's say, enter in a swim that I did, which today I went for a swim, I did a 1,000-yard swim, so I could click on Sport and hit Continue. And initially it'll show some different options here, but I can search for options too. So if I did swimming, the swimming options will pop up and it gives me two different options here. One of these is a competitive level and one's more of just moderate intensity. I'm just going to select the first one that says swimming mixed styles and hit Continue. And again, my swim was for 1,000 yards today, which took me 22 minutes. So I'm going to type in 22 minutes in the Minutes tab. And in here I can enter a comment if I want. I can change the date I did it. So if I didn't have a chance to enter it today and it wasn't until tomorrow that I had an opportunity to enter in my swimming, I could go back and change the date to today by clicking on the calendar, or really select any day that's already happened. I could adjust the time in minutes and hours if I wanted to as well. I could adjust the duration in hours, minutes, and seconds. And in my comment, maybe I would just put in 1,000-yard swim. And then just hit Add. And when I do that, it'll give me the option if I want to share on Facebook or Twitter, I could do that. If I don't want to do either of those, I can just hit End. And it'll show on here, swimming mixed styles, 22 minutes, and it gave me 367 moves. And here in the comments it says 1,000-yard swim. And again, because this was a new activity, it shows up in orange. Again, if it was part of my training program and I had confirmed that I did that as part of my training program, it would show up in yellow instead. Again, those just help sort out what some of those different activities are that we've done and where that movement is being generated from. If you look up here now, when we started at 0 today, before I did an upload with my wellness key, and before I entered in some exercises from my training program and my new activity, I went from 0 moves, now I'm up to 665 moves for the day. Still a ways to go before I hit my weekly movement goal, but I'm on my way. Next, I'm going to show you how to download the Technogym MyWellness.com app on your Android or Apple device. This app is available in both the Google Play Store on most Android devices, and it's also available on the App Store on Apple devices. So you can see I've already got it downloaded on my tablet here, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this if you're not familiar with the Google Play Store but maybe have an Android-based smart device. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that Google Play Store, and I'm going to go into the search bar, and you can see that I've searched for a variety of things in here before. I've even searched for Technogym and some of the other My Wellness applications, and that's the easiest way to do this. So if you just type in Technogym, and search, it should be the first one that pops up, and the app is always going to look just like this. It says My Wellness Technogym SPA, and it's got the yellow Technogym logo with the gray background. That's going to be the app you want. Go ahead and download that and install it on whatever device you're going to use, whether it's a tablet or you can download it on your Android-based smartphones as well. There are certain Android smartphones that won't work with it currently. You'll know if it doesn't work with your particular software, it isn't supported by it, because you won't see this logo pop up. You might see some of these other ones, Sporting Palace or something else that's maybe related to Technogym but isn't this My Wellness app. So it's the My Wellness app that you want to download. Again, if you don't see that, your particular device just doesn't support it at this time. So once that's downloaded, you go back to any of your home screens and you'll see the mywellness.com app logo has been put onto your home screen, and that's what we're going to do to open it up. We're going to click that icon, and there's a variety of tabs on your app that are all linked to your website, which we just got done talking about. And you can see on my app right now, since I'm already signed in, that I've got 665 moves. That's exactly what it had showed me on our website as well when we finished on there. So these are all linked. Again, they're a cloud-based technology. So once you put something in one of them, it links to all the others. So if I entered something in my tablet now, it would also show up on my user website, and it would also start showing up when I go to the gym on the kiosks and the other equipment there, that I've either entered 665 moves for the week, or it might even show me some of that other data that we showed on the website as well. Continuing on with the different functions that are available on the My Wellness app, this functions very similarly to the website. So once you know how to use the website, you'll be able to pick up a lot of the functions on the app pretty easily. We can enter new activities on the app, just like we did on the website. Again, by clicking New Activity, it'll show me a list of things that I've entered recently. I can select from one of those and enter in values. Again, if I wanted to enter in swimming, looks very similar to the website. Could enter in the duration that I swam for, when I swam, and then I could save that information, and it would all feed back into my cloud. If I go back to my home page again, it's also recommending what my next workout might be. So right now, it actually thinks I'm still checked into our kettlebell workout. So I could close that workout if I wanted to, or I could enter in some other exercises that I may have done, and then it'll show me what workout is suggested that I do next. Maybe the next day, maybe the next time I'm in the gym. Could be any variety of things. You don't necessarily have to do what's recommended next. That's just what it's going to rotate to automatically. So if I click on that suggested workout, it's going to show me, you should do your flexibility workout today. If I want to do that, I could hit Start Workout, or I could scroll down to the bottom and it says Your Training Program. If I click on the Your Training Program tab, it's going to look very similar again to what my website looked like. It'll show the 3 workouts on here that I have available: flexibility, workout 1, and workout 3. That just happens to be what those are named. And they're kind of out of order right now because, again, it's rotating through those. So the last one I did was this kettlebell workout, and now it's up to the flexibility workout being my suggested one. So if I wanted to pick one of those others, I could select them and then go ahead and hit Start Workout again in that tab and go through those exercises. The next function on the app that we'll show you is challenges. Right now it shows the challenge that I enrolled in when we were on my website, which is the Fall Movement Challenge. It shows me in 2nd place as my current rank. Again, as I go throughout the course of the month and gain more moves, it's going to enter those in there. My rank might change as I go along. So that's that Challenges tab. The next thing you'll see on here in the center is a little yellow QR reader. If I click on that, it's going to use my camera function, and the camera's trying to read for a QR code. Right now there's not one available for it, so there's nothing for it to pick up. But if you were in a facility that uses Technogym equipment, and again, because this is cloud-based, you could be anywhere in the world that has Technogym equipment, and if that equipment has a QR code on it, you can click that and then scan that QR code to log into a workout or to get credit for doing that exercise. if we click the tab that looks like the upper portion of a person, you'll see that logbook again. So you'll see that I communicated with my coach, the swimming that I entered, the fact that I joined the movement challenge, moves gained on my wellness key, and anything else that's been entered into that log recently. So again, that's very similar to the home page on your user website. The last tab that you'll see on here looks like a little gear, and if you click on that, that's kind of our settings tab. So it'll show what my username is on here, sbrown@UWHP Watertown. That's the same username that I log into my website with. So your login for your app and your login for your website are always going to be the same information. That'll log you into the same profile. So always the same username and password. It's got all sorts of information on here about me. I'm the only one that can view that, along with my coach and anyone else who's assigned to my account. So if I want to, from there I could also log out and let somebody else log on to my tablet into their profile if they wanted to, or my smartphone as well. Now I'm going to show you how to use the My Wellness Key accelerometer. Here we have one of our My Wellness keys, kind of a small little tool, and this is something that users can do a variety of things with. They can wear it on their belt with the clip that's provided on the back to track movement throughout the course of the day. And as you move throughout the course of the day, you'll see a little progress bar on the screen. Right now this shows that there's just one bar. Hasn't been a whole lot of movement yet today. As you progress throughout the course of the day, that bar will fill up, and if you meet your movement goal, at the end of the day you'll see a plus sign in the top corner of the screen. And you can exceed your movement goal for the day, or if you fall short of your movement goal, it won't quite fill the whole screen up. So as you wear this throughout the day and move around, you'll see that bar move across the screen. Now there's a couple other things that I'll point out on here. On one end there's a little silver button, and if you push that little silver button, it'll scroll through to some different screens. So right now this screen shows how many move points have been generated on the key for today. So right now there's 9 move points. As you move throughout the day, you'll see that number increase. If I click the silver button again, it'll show my goal. This says that the goal for the day is 500 moves. And if your goal is different, it'll say whatever that is. If your goal is 750 moves, it'll say that for you. If I click it again, it'll show me the time. This key was recently restored, so it thinks it's only 12:49 a.m. Once you plug it in for the first time to your computer, it'll sync with your profile, and it'll update to your local time, and it'll also update to your particular movement goal, which we'll show you in a few minutes. Again, if I push the silver button, I can scroll through those screens to see what that other information is on there. And if necessary, your coach can enable it to allow you to see some other screens. Some of those could be calories burned, total calorie goal for the day, and also some different categories based on intensity of movement as well. But for the basic functions, having your progress bar, having your total moves, and having your movement goal for the day is the baseline information that you're going to need to know. The other end of the key, which is blank, just looks like another piece of the key, black plastic, but actually this end is a smart key which works in all of the Technogym equipment and in the kiosks at any facilities with that. Our own facility at Watertown Regional Medical Center utilizes Technogym equipment, so when you come in you can insert that into the kiosks and into the equipment to run your training program. The last feature to point out on here on the opposite end, which is how we upload movement into our website, is a USB. And there's a gold side and there's a black side. The gold side is the part that actually transfers data into your computer. And if you have a horizontal USB port, generally you want that gold side facing up. If you plug it in and nothing happens, take it out, turn it over, and try it again. Each computer is going to be a little bit different. The piece that controls that is just this little slider on the top bar. You can slide it in, you'll hear a click, and slide it back out, and you'll hear another click. When I plug mine into my computer, I'll generally keep a finger on that little tab so this doesn't push back in. Be very careful because you'll notice that this is pretty thin, that once that's in the computer you don't push down or lift up on the key because that will put pressure on that USB and we don't want to break that. If that breaks, your key won't be able to transfer any of your movement into the computer. So after you're done with any of your uploads, slide that piece back in, listen for it to click, and then you can put it back on and start wearing it again. The key also comes with a safety clip that once the large clip is on, you can clip this onto a belt loop or any piece of fabric on your clothes within reach and close it in case the key pops off as you're working or as you're moving around throughout the day. Each key also comes with a sport clip, which looks like this, and you can choose to use this if you want. If you don't want to use it, that's fine too. The key will still attach to your belt just fine, but this is a little bit larger carrying case for the My Wellness key, which has a little bit bigger clip on it to hook onto a belt loop or your shorts when you're exercising, allowing you to do a little bit more movement without that key popping loose. So my recommendation, if you want to use the sport clip to put the key in, if you look at both of them next to each other, again our tendency would be to put the clips facing the same direction. You really don't want to do that. I always turn mine around so the clips are facing towards each other when I go to put them in, and by doing that it'll expose the slider so that every time you want to do an upload you don't have to take your key out of the sport clip. Now if you're going to use the key in the fitness facility and use the smart key end of it, you are going to have to remove it from the sport clip to be able to put that in any of the machines. This can be a little tricky the first time you do it to put together. I usually will put the safety strap through the hole on the sport clip and then start on an angle with my key and slide it in until it snaps. The other thing that you'll notice is when it's in here you can't push the silver button. So if that's important to you that you're able to scroll through that throughout the day, you may not want to use the sport clip, or you may only want to put it in the sport clip on certain occasions. But again, by putting it in this direction we still have access to our slider, and again you want it to go until you hear the click, and when you go to put it in your computer, keep a finger on that slider again so when you pushed it in the USB doesn't push back. See how that happens. And this will always default to your home screen on the key, which is your progress bar for the day. So you noticed when I pushed it in, the button was hit and it went to my move screen. It's always going to default to that progress bar after 30 seconds or so. So that's how to kind of have the basic functions down and use of the sport clip with the My Wellness key. Next we'll show you how to upload the movement from your My Wellness key into your computer so it goes into your user profile. So to upload the movement from your My Wellness key onto your computer and your user website, you're going to want to take the following steps. The first thing you're going to do is take the My Wellness key and open that USB slider. Then you're going to want to locate one of the USB ports either on the side of your computer or on your computer tower if you have a desktop. You're going to then take the My Wellness key and you're going to insert it into one of those USB ports. When you do that, you're going to start seeing some things happening on the screen. Now if it's the first time that you've done this, you'll see this screen pop up. It'll say, have you already registered, or register now. everybody who's in the One Wellness program has already been registered. And you're going to use that same email and password that you used when we logged you into your website and when we logged into your app. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in my username and my password and click sign in. And again, if this is the first time you're doing this, that'll pop up as soon as you put that key in, and that key is going to then upload any movement data that's on your progress bar for the day into your website. It'll also associate that key then with your own profile. So then every time you do it afterwards, it'll look more like this. You'll hear a ding noise. You'll see the My Wellness Link software screen pop up that we downloaded earlier. It'll go through and show 100%, and now it knows my username is associated with this key, and all I have to do is type in my password. To sign into our profile. So it'll show me under my log how many moves have been tracked for the day, and it'll show that I synchronized my key at 669 moves for the day. And since it's Sunday again today, and this is the first day of our week, we're going to see 669 moves in the battery. If it was later in the week, you'd see your total weekly movement there. So that's the basic steps you want to take to be able to upload the movement from your My Wellness key into your user website. Again, you're going to be able to view all that information on your app, on the website, on the kiosk at the gym once that upload has been done through your computer. When you're done with that, go ahead and carefully remove your key from the computer, slide that slider back in, put it back on your belt, and keep on wearing it. Next, I'll show you how to check into a workout using your smart key or My Wellness Key accelerometer in a Techno Gym facility like the one at Watertown Regional Medical Center. When I first enter the facility, I'm going to look for one of these kiosks. The kiosk is what's going to allow me to check into my workout using my smart key. So I'm going to walk up to my kiosk. I'm going to take the smart key end of my accelerometer. So that's the end that doesn't have the silver tab on it. That's just the plain black plastic. And you're going to see a slot at the top of the kiosk where I'm then going to enter that key. So you'll see the kiosk start to read the key. The red and green lights will light up, and you'll see it bring up my home page. And again, it's showing the suggested workout based on what I've done most recently in my workout, suggesting that I do what's next in my training program. If I want to do that, I can go ahead and hit Start Workout. I can view any of the exercises just the same way I can on my website. Or if I hit the back button, I could go back to my training program and pick any one of those workouts that's in my profile. Now, if I wanted to do my dumbbell workout, which is workout number 3, I could go ahead and select that, hit Start Workout, and go ahead and do my exercises. When I'm done, I would come back to the kiosk, hit Close Workout, and it'll save all my progress for the day. Once I've checked into my workout, I'll find whatever exercise is recommended first on my workout for the day, and I'll find that machine and put my smart key right into it. So all of our cardio equipment has a key reader right on the top. I insert the smart key end of my accelerometer. The machine will then know what my settings are. I'll adjust my machine to the appropriate height. On this one, I'll grab the handles and start spinning. When I'm done, the data from the exercise is saved right to my smart key, and it'll tell me what exercise to go to next. I can also use my smart key on much of the strength equipment that's in the medical fitness facility found at Watertown Regional Medical Center. Any of the actual strength machines have what we call an ISO control on it. This ISO control has a key reader in it, much like our cardio equipment does. So on this particular machine, the chest press, if that's part of my workout for the day, I'll come over, adjust the machine appropriately, sit down, and insert my smart key into the key reader on the ISO control. The ISO control will then read my smart key, tell me how many sets and reps I'm supposed to do on this particular exercise today, tell me what weight I'm supposed to do. I'll adjust my weight, and I'll go ahead and start the exercise. When I do this particular exercise, the ISO control will read my range of motion. It knows how long my arms are based on my first 2 repetitions, shows me the appropriate pace to go at, and how far to move the handles forward and backwards. When I get in my desired number of repetitions, I'll stop the exercise, and that'll be recorded back to my smart key as well. At the end of my workout, I'll return to one of our kiosks, again insert my smart key into the key reader, and check out of the workout for the day. I can also acknowledge any free weight exercises that I might have done, or anything else that the smart key doesn't work in. That way I get my movement credit for my entire workout. Today we've covered everything you need to know to get started with the different pieces of fitness technology to be successful in the One Wellness program. This video will remain available for you to refer back to at any time if you need to review this process. Remember that learning how to use any tool takes time. Practice with these tools daily and you'll be able to use them effectively in no time. To finish up, I'd like to discuss some frequently asked questions about our fitness technology. Can I link other accounts to mywellness.com? Yes. Currently, MapMyRun, Runkeeper, Facebook, and Twitter can all be linked to your user website. These can be linked by going to the Settings tab on each of the respective web pages and entering the information from your account. What should I do if my key isn't uploading information? Make sure that the key is fully inserted into the USB port on your computer and that it's facing the correct direction. If you receive an error message from your MyWellness Link software, you may have to restore your key by clicking the Restore button on the computer screen when the key is inserted. This will restore the key to the factory settings, and you'll have to relink your account as shown earlier in this video. Who can see the information on my website? The mywellness.com website is very secure. The only people who can see your information are yourself on your own user page and any of the team members involved in your care. Are there other resources available for me to refer back to? Yes. You can always refer back to the video for assistance. Each My Wellness key also comes with a basic startup guide. You'll also be receiving a handout with details of much of the information that was covered in this video. And if you have any other questions about how to use any of the pieces of fitness technology, feel free to contact us at any time.